Or when you're cleaning up, just cleaning up, just cleaning up. Oh yes, yes, yes. Come on up in here. Ciao. Folks was trying to play games that they really don't know how to play. And I was so interested. Oh yeah. Baby. Now you called the man the godfather of Black YouTube, but you didn't treat him like he was the godfather of Black YouTube, did you? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Honey, listen, child, y'all better quit it. When you're cleaning up, or when you're cleaning up, just cleaning up, just cleaning up. Yeah, this need cleaned up. Now we on something different. This is an actual cleanup. I done went and got the broom out, because y'all playing. I said y'all playing. Child, come on in the room. Oh yes, it was a masterclass. That's my question. Was it an ambush, an interview, or just an old nasty piece of a masterclass? I was getting worried. I was getting worried. I said, Funky, bitch, what is going on? Now I'll tell y'all in a minute about what I know of Funky, why I follow Funky, why I do certain things I do, why I do certain things different than Funky, because I be watching him. That's why he's starting to make me nervous, doing little things that I'm like, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Funky has told you all that he does not literally read comments a lot of times, like to go in the comments afterwards, read the comments and react to the folks. He done told y'all, I don't do that. I ain't doing that. Now you catch him live, you say something slick, he might respond to you right then, but he might just ignore you altogether. But really engage back and forth, here and there, here and there, here and there. Are you hopping over to Funky's Live at 8? No, Tia, I'm live here as Philaboy TV. Now, I love him, but my job is over here. I'm live over here. I'll go watch him when I'm done. He got a replay button just like the rest of us, and I love him dearly. But I could roll and scroll his back just like everybody else. So, no, baby, I ain't jumping off. I'm getting ready to talk until I'm done talking. Then I'll go. So Funky did a live, which shocked me. He did this live. Why am I a mess? That ain't no mess. I am a YouTuber. I'm his fan. I ain't what? Y'all better quit playing, honey. Y'all, let me introduce y'all to mother, honey. Quit playing. Anyway, so Funky did a live interview over with, it's a young lady. I'd never heard of her before. Never heard of her before. Undoubtedly, she is someone who knows Claudia personally. And I literally just walked up onto it and I said, okay. Now, I was watching and then I had to red ball it back. I had dropped down. I said, well, this was a good conversation. But I hadn't seen the whole beginning. Baby, I rolled back to the beginning of that little interview. And let me tell you something. It was the gift that kept on giving. Do you understand? It was the gift that kept on giving. Now, I'm going to say this as we start. There's a whole lot of people that don't like Funky Dineva. They don't side with Funky Dineva and all of that stuff. This is not about that. This video is not about whether you side with him or you side with Claudia or any of that. This is not about any of that. This is truly about my takeaway of the young ladies' live interview with the two of them. With the two of them. Okay? I feel it. I was just curious if you were continuing your investigation in real time, but there certainly is a replay. But yeah, I ain't investigating. I'm just watching. I'm just watching it as it unfolds. So yeah, this video is literally just about, because I'm over it. I really said what I had to say about the him and Claudia, and I'm literally sitting again, a fan of both. I'm just waiting to see whatever they come up with, show wise or whatever. But if they got some mess going on these YouTube streets, baby, I'm tuned in, because that's what I do. I'm tuned in. And this was definitely worth tuning into. Now, she's going to conduct this here interview. She got Claudia on the show. She brings Funky on. So I said, good job, young lady. She got Claudia and Funky in an interview place with both of them. And like I said, I red ball back to the beginning of the interview. And the interview, it wasn't what it started off to be. When I tell you, I stopped being nervous, because I said, I would have told y'all in a minute, no, he ain't getting ready to get on nobody else's platform and actually do an interview back and forth with him and Claudia. He not going to do that. But he did. I said, what is he doing? All kind of stuff that I wouldn't think that he would do. But then, literally just a few moments into the interview, you'll understand why I do follow a lot of what he does, how I learned a lot of things that I do from him, and he's still true to a lot of them things today. When I say it was, in my opinion, it started off as an ambush. It started off as an ambush, and I can say it 10 toes down, because if there's anybody on here who knows the art of fighting on YouTube, if there's anybody who knows the art of going back and forth on YouTube, one of the best to do it. Do you understand? Or do you understand? I've fought. I've beefed. I've done all the things, okay? So I know what I'm looking at. I know an ambush when I see one. I know it when it's coming. And I sat back and I rolled that red ball back and I looked and I said, oh, that was cute. That was cute. Oh, well, I got Claudia here and we're going to have Funky Dineva. And Funky Dineva came on and it was, hey, everybody, this, that, and the other. I said, well, I do declare he's here and he's doing it. Okay, that's cute. Get on down. Get on down. They were there for just a few seconds. And then old girl said, well, here's what I want to do. Since I have you both here, I'm going to read off some comments that have been left on social media and give you all a chance to respond to them. Give you all a chance to respond to them. And I'm going to start with you, Claudia. And Funky just looked and he sat there. And here was the comment. Love me some Funky Dineva, but where was he wrong? Claudia should be apologizing. Didn't she betray him? And then you see Claudia's response when she wrote to the person, to somebody else. Well, she didn't even write to that person. She responded to somebody else because there were 68 other replies up underneath that comment. She responded to one of the people that was up underneath there, and she wrote, obsessed. Now, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. And I'm trembling. I said, waiting on Funky to come on in. I said, Funky, what did you get ready to do? Because you don't do this on your channel, nigga. So what you get ready to do? Because I know you ain't about to have, listen, Funky, I love the music. The melody is all right. But I know you're not about to sing that song. Honey, Funky sat there before Claudia got the chance to say anything. Funky said, don't answer that. Help me, somebody. I said, now that, and you can like them or don't like them or agree with them or don't agree with them. You could be on his side or Claudia's side, but you got to be on the side of the bad bitch in the room, because what he did was, at that point, he gave you a master class in don't play in my face. Do you understand? Do not play in my face. And that is why I have no problem sitting down here. I told you I was nervous because I was like, I know damn well all these years, as good as I know how to fight, as good as I know how to get in front of it, I know you ain't getting ready to do this. Told her, don't answer that. Don't answer that. And then told the lady respectfully, I don't even see what the purpose of even trying to get into the minutia of what other people got to say, because all that does is really add to it, and then it creates a bunch of videos and this, that, and everything he said was dead smack on. It was dead smack on. And he was just as respectful. He was just respectful. And the young lady, she's a beautiful young lady. Beautiful young lady, well-spoken. I would definitely watch her again. But I seen her. I seen you, sis. And he seen you too. Shut it down. And then here's where the master class began. He shut it down. No, Claudia, we're not going to do that. We're not going to add to it. That's what he said. We're not trying to do a thing where it breaks down and there's teams, but he's already too late. You're too late, because it's already broken down in the teams. There's already people that are not on Funky's side. There's already people that are not. It's already separated out. It's already a social media frenzy of mess already. Already, from the moment she stepped in through that little event, it already is there. It's already there. He just shut it down. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. Because again, that comment, the timing it was chef's kiss, because the comment was in his favor, not in Claudia's favor. Now I want y'all to put a pin right in that. That comment was in his favor, not in Claudia's favor. Okay? Claudia was on board. She was ready to go ahead and answer. He told her, shut her down. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And the girl who was doing the interview, young lady, not a girl, young lady, that's doing the interview, she was given, I said, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And from that moment, he showed you exactly why he is who he is. Like she later on said, now I know you're the godfather of Black YouTube. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, because at that point, he no longer gave you the leeway to interview him and Claudia. He took over your interview. He took over your interview on your channel, and then started to have a conversation with his girlfriend, Claudia, in which they let you watch. You then became the person just watching the conversation on your channel. And I was reading her comments, and in her comments, they were like, oh, I think this is wonderful how she's just being quiet and letting them talk. No, dear. She had nowhere to go. She didn't have nowhere to go. Her version of what she was getting ready to do had been shut down. She had nowhere to go. She had nowhere to go. So she came in, she did get back in, and she said, well, my thing, she was explaining why she went there and all of that. And none of it really made sense to me. It was because you basically told him that you like to get down to it, Claudia. Claudia okayed her and said, yes, she likes to get down to the end of it. She likes to get down to how things happen and how things fell out and all of that. Basically, you sat and told Funky that she's because the word she used was human behavior. How things went left? How did it get like this, that thing? You basically sat and told Funky Dineva that you were basically because he made the comment that maybe they can get together and get Eon Levan Zan or somebody in between. You literally let him know that you was basically going to psychoanalyze him, and he basically let you know you're really not. You're really not with that messy shit that you just try to do. Now, what's this? Let's see. Here, since you want to try me. I was just watching you messy as hell. I'm not messy. I'm not messy at all. This is what I saw. Now, I will share the young lady because I want her to definitely get her clicks and her views for what she was doing. I definitely want her to get her clicks and her views for what she did, but that's what I watched. That's what I watched. I watched somebody try to engage. Now, I love you, girl. Don't do me. It ain't about doing you. Didn't you type that? Didn't you type that? I just told you. You know who I am. You know who I am. I just told you. I'm not doing you. I'm responding to you. I'm not messy. This is not messy. This is what was going on. This is what happened. What'd you watch? How'd you see it? You don't feel like it? No, definitely. Wait, what you say? Hold on, wait a minute, baby. Hold on. You know these things be moving on StreamYard. Hold on. Hold on. Where are you at? Okay. No, it definitely didn't happen like it. It definitely did happen like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was so clear to anybody that knows how a YouTube beef goes. It was completely what was happening, and then you got to look at the chat. When you go over there, you must look at the chat. Look, Funky tells you that he don't be reading comments, but he do read comments when he's live. When he's live, he literally does read comments. He knows when somebody's throwing shade. Funky Dineva was in complete enemy territory. I sat and looked at that chat. He was in complete enemy territory. Every 10 to 15 comments was, don't do it, Claudia. Leave him, Claudia. He ain't trustworthy. He did this. He did that. He was in complete enemy territory. He knew exactly what he was doing. And I lived for every moment. It was a masterclass in why he is who he is. He shut it down. He wasn't nasty. He didn't cuss them out, which I was so happy because, you know, he will do that. He will do that. Now, if he get in his feelings, he can get in his feelings. He's been known to get in his feelings. He was really good. He was real good. He told her we all have our vantage point. If you put me on and do confessionals, I'm going to say one thing. You put Al on, he's going to say another thing. Claudia's going to say another. Now, the girl, she went on and she, like I said, she sat there and she basically watched as the two of them were kind of talking. They were still kind of doing this, that, and the other. But it ended up, there was a piece where it started kind of rehashing what had happened, how it was, this, that, thing, and the other. And when she said, you know, this is what I meant, and I'm into human behavior, and this, that, and the other, that little, you were trying to psychoanalyze me, that didn't sit too good. Then the comments was getting worse and worse. Her little people was getting worse and worse. Worse and worse. It was up to like 1,600 people in the chat, and they was carrying. When I say they was dragging Funky, they were dragging Funky. They were dragging him. He's untrustworthy. He's flip-flopper. There was very few people saying really things in his favor. They really were. It was like, okay. And listen, he still held us together. He still held us together. But then, after a point, Claudia started catching strays. Claudia started catching strays. She did. Because when he said, oh, that's when the girl came back in and she said, I know you're the godfather of black YouTube and everything like that. But it seems to me, because he was starting talking about the payment, Fox Soul, and all of that. He was talking about that. And she jumped in and she said, yeah, it seemed like your argument was more with Fox Soul, but then you kind of took it out on Claudia. And I was like, uh-oh. And that's when he veered right on off and he said, listen, I did not. I most certainly did not. And he said, and when I said what I said, I meant what I said. When I said, I'm not blaming this person, I'm not blaming that person, I'm not blaming that person, I'm blaming that damn Claudia Jordan. He said, oh, when I made that comment, I meant what I said. And you could see it in Claudia's face like, oh, dad, wait a minute. And she sat there and then he rolled it back around and he said, listen, he said, Claudia said, well, wait, I was taken aback that you kind of went back and you kind of like stood in that, like, because you left text and stuff and said, that you loved us and this, that, thing, and the other. He was like, yeah, all of that was true, but it was true when I told you that I blamed you. And he was upset with you too. At that point, she was catching strays because again, he's not crazy. He's not crazy. And I promise you, sitting there looking at that chat, he ain't crazy. He knew that little interview was quite a little bit of an ambush. I think he handled himself fantastic. Okay. I really did. And I'm sitting there, and that's what he was saying. He told her when she was getting started. Doing that type of interview, what you talking about, will take us right back to where we were. And I'm like, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Because I have to tell you, after sitting there watching, I said, this was a nice conversation. It was a nice conversation. Interview was over. The interview was over. It was a nice conversation. Now, is something actually going to happen now after they had that conversation? I ain't going to hold my breath. I'm really not. I think Funky and Claudia are going to be cool, but them actually working together, up until the point where I see this little interview, I was like, yeah, I'm waiting. If they do it, I'm going to watch it. But I sure ain't going to hold my breath because I don't want to pass out. I don't want to pass out at it. So I ain't going to sit up and hold my breath. Not at all. Not at all. And then they actually did touch on the little situation. I just got to put it out there. Just in case you missed them last two videos I did. They started right in and said, yes. She said, well, when did you ask? This is before she even went there with the comments. This is the very beginning. She said, when did you actually reach out to Claudia about coming to the event? He said, it was a phone call that Friday. And she said, well, when did you decide to call? He said, just a few minutes before I actually called. It was literally off the fly that I called her. And then he made the comment, and y'all can go and see it. He made the comment, we would really fuck him up if I put you on the flyer. And she said, I was actually typing it in the chat, in the chat bar before you actually sent it. So yeah, I really wasn't wrong. They both knew they were stepping into a type of territory. And I'll go back and I'll say it is what it is. Yes, I could have been wrong about some of it and how I deduced all of it. But overall, what I think of Claudia, correct. What I think of Funky, correct. Neither one is willing to just step out there and just give themselves to the other one. And that's the way it should be. Neither one should trust each other. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the optics. Look at the optics. What do the optics tell y'all? Come on over. We're gonna have a little interview, and then we're gonna sit up here and talk about what the people are saying in the comments, and I'm gonna let y'all. That just, I was just tickled, like the fact of even thinking that he was going to do that. I just get ready to sit up there and entertain you with the court of public opinion, especially with the whole enemy territory. Enemy territory. Anyway, that's what I saw. That's how I felt. Now, was it entertaining? It was quite entertaining. It was quite entertaining. Like I said, I would go see the lady again. The lady, I think the lady she's engaging. I think she's a very pretty lady. I think she overshot. She overshot her shot playing around with Funky. I don't know what wave she thought she was riding, but it wasn't that. And she lost her interview. He literally took her interview away, and she became a viewer at her own channel, watching the two of them have a conversation. And then it turned out to be a good conversation after that. Once they put her out of it, it was a good conversation. They went right back to talking about the good times they had and how good, literally between them, they literally are happy to be talking to one another. They are. I mean, you could cut it with a knife. Claudia and Funky are very happy to be in each other's presence and talking with each other. They are. And they were good. That's why I said it's a good conversation. They was having a conversation. Oh, you remember when we went here? And remember when we did this? And this, that thing, and the other? And oh, yeah. Oh, remember that? Oh, see, I thought everything was going to be fine because we was laughing and key and then this, that, and the other. Then the lady jumped back in, asked him that little question about him basically villainizing Claudia. And then shit, the strays started flying. I said, Whoopi done went over there and hurt Claudia's feelings. Well, wait, I didn't think that you was going to do. I didn't think he was going to say that. Didn't you? And then they handled that. Old girl shut back up again. And him and Claudia went right back to the good time. The good times that made us laugh. They sure did. They went right on back to having their good conversation. As long as that lady was quiet, they were having good conversation. When that lady started talking, fire in the hole, fire in the hole. I said, okay. And then Funky went on and Claudia said, well, you know what I think? I think that going forward, she said, I think going forward that you and I, if we have an issue, we shouldn't talk in the public. I said, you think? Do you think so, Miss Claudia Jordan? You think at this juncture that maybe y'all shouldn't talk? Because you sure kind of stray over there, and it hurt your feelings a little bit, Claudia. I can see it all in your face. Wait, I didn't think you was going to. I know you didn't. Just like he didn't think y'all was going to pull that stunt. But there was a stunt being pulled, honey. He is the going for that. He showed y'all why, child. Anyway, listen, I love y'all for real. It is what it is. Ciao. There will be no performance if Funky Dineva Ross doesn't have a microphone. I don't know how well he does duets, honey. It's Funky Dineva Ross, not Funky Dineva Wilson, not Funky Dineva LaBelle, not Funky Dineva Sarah Dash. He gonna be the Patti LaBelle. He gonna be the Diana Ross. It just not gonna work like that. It's just not. It's not. So look, I don't know. I think I'm happy for them. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave. I'm happy for them that they are getting their interactions with each other and them being good Judies. back on track a little bit, and they will know how to not, run over each other, but don't play in each other's faces. If you play, oh, and he did tell ladies, he said, everything was fine. He said, because he said, I would drag both of y'all. I said, see, there we go with the strays. He was really, really nice. He was nice, but he did let them know, nice, if you play with me, I would come in here and drag both of y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go see it for yourselves. Go on over there and see that lady, child. They done wrote it in the chat. Go on over there and see that lady. Don't get that lady her clicks and her views and watch her lose her interview, child. Ain't no thing. It's giving girl learn from this. Everybody's not ambushable. Everybody don't play them games. Everybody ain't slow. And some people, you roll on them like that, they will clean you up. And that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. No harm, no foul. Everybody went, a couple nails were broken, but everybody's eyelashes were still intact. It was a beautiful night. It was great. Go give the lady a click and a view. Go watch the interview, the masterclass. It was fun. It was fun. It was interesting. But make sure you pay attention to the chat. If you watch the video, you must experience the chat. Complete and total enemy territory for Funky Dineva. I was shocked to see him in that set. Shocked. But again, shortly thereafter, I understood. So he got this. And this is why he is the Godfather. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm out. I'm just gonna I'll just be watching. I'll be watching. If they do put something together, I will be watching. I am still a fan. I'm a fan. And I'll be watching. But I'm not waiting on it anymore. I'm not waiting on that show. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Got to be more careful.